Good evening everybody. Welcome to my slightly later Wednesday night stream. I hope everybody is well this fine Wednesday evening. We've got a little bit of an Oreo belly on camera just onto the side here, but other than that we have ourselves all ready to do some gold making today. Happy reset day for those of us who are in the EU, Tuesday for those in NA. I should move that window over a little bit there. And then just move that one down, just make sure that's working. That's all good, minimise that. Right, so, things to do today. Itsy Mrs, good evening to you. Grouch on accounts, good evening to you too. And Arthur's95, thank you all for stopping by, hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday to you all, midweek. Ready for what other things we might have. Oh, thank you, Grouch on accounts, straight in there with a follow, very kind of you. We're just going to go and have a look at our, what will we have? Have a look at our auctions in a moment. Now, I really haven't played at all, even to relist things on of late. So I'm not expecting a great amount, although I did manage to pop on at lunchtime and relist my expired auctions. So I'll have to see what goes on there. After you renewed your sub next month, kind of poison. No worries at all, Arthurs. It really doesn't, you know, whenever you can is more than... You know, I'm more than happy with whatever support that people can give whenever they can. So, thank you nonetheless. Just being here, in fact, is great enough, to be honest. Zanzaful, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday to you. Let's go have a look. We've just got a mailbox behind us here, so probably have a look. Did I see your Discord post? I can't remember which one was that. Zanzaful. I might have seen it. Let me just quickly check and have a look. Which one was it? Commander Bond, good evening to you too. Hope you're doing well. And Marsbert, thanks for stopping by. Where was it in? Was it in general? There we are. Disenchanting rods, follow equipment, enchanting wondered if it's sold or not. Here's a screenshot for you. Oh, right, okay. So the rods are doing well, are they? Excellent, okay. Well, maybe we'll have a look at those. All good here. Kids back at school means more WoW time for you. Okay, excellent. Grouch on the couch. And well on, how are you? Good evening to you. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Right, we're going to go and have... Zimpao. I did, thank you very much, Zimpao. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you for the chart. I'll integrate it into my stats. And we'll have a look at that a bit later. You get a sale every 3 to 6 days. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Blood and Torment, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Right, let's have a look at the mail. See what we're doing here. Oh, we need the interface on for that. Now we don't. Now we need to pop it back on and on again. And there we go. Okay. We messed up because we need to do a reload before we do that. I think pressing things on the screen whilst having a reload and everything off the screen, TSM really doesn't like that. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, here we go. Gold. Oh wow, okay, that's more than I thought there was going to be actually. 87,000 in the gold there. So I pretty much, where was I at? Where did I get up to? It was about here, Pact of Critical Strike. And then I relisted everything on this afternoon. And then I've had a whole load of sales since then. I've sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 packs of Critical Strike. That's really good. And Mage's Frothy Coffee. That's another good one. Some Sinister Gear. Oh, we've actually sold a Windwall Hood. Finally. It's taken ages to sell those. Itsy Mrs. 3 months in a row. Thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate that. Let's see, you're now into the pink Chef's Hats territory. 3-month subscriber, congratulations. Let's see some Chef's Hats, or you should be able to do thumbs up now, if you like. Where's thumbs up gone? That should be the second one. I can't see it on my screen because I've got a slightly different one. But hopefully, there we go. We got the thumbs up as well. Excellent. 2 emotes for everyone. I think that's brilliant. So we should be getting some more going very soon. Now matches your name. Fantastic. Magnesio, how are you? Good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Blood and Torment. Did I say hello to you? If I didn't, good evening to you too. There we go. Everyone's there with the chef's hand and thumbs up. I'm loving the combination. Right, so let's have a look at this mail. So some good things here. Sales have been super slow for you, others, have they? Well, I was expecting less, to be honest, because I really haven't been relisting or cancelling scans or anything like that of late, or restocking on things. So we're not doing too badly, actually. Few enchants, good enchants actually. Critical strikes, stalwart navigation, deadly navigation, a little bit of food in there. I actually sold a flying carpet, which is really good. So that was 2,200. And then a few more shirts, the odd bits and pieces. That monolite ore I picked up, I sold for 1,100, so that was quite a good price. Only thing you managed to sell this past 3 days is 120 drums of fury and 1 sinister mail gloves. Oh, okay, so that's not too bad. I don't think I've sold many drums at all. I seem to be selling more drums of the mountain of late. Good evening, Mushy. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you've had a good midweek so far. We're just going through the mail at the moment. At 87, nearly 88,000 with that lot. So I'm going to wait for this counter to run through, and then I'll pick that up, and then I'll see what the last 2 bits of mail are. We'll take those. So 88,000, practically. We'll see what's on the other side. Erfen have sold some. You saw 1 stack of 20 on earlier, but it's gone now. Oh, okay, maybe it either expired or I was able to relist it. Let's have a quick look at what the other 2 bits of items are here in the mail, the last 2. Maybe they're huge ones, we'll never know. Crazy sales on leatherworking sinister gear yesterday. Sold 15, wow. 130k, congratulations Magnesia, that's really nice. And so the last 2 things are 3,000 gold. So yeah, that definitely takes us above the 88,000. So a Crusader and another Pact of Critical Strike. So that's pretty good going, actually. Yeah, the leather has been slower than tailoring at the moment. But let's have a look. So we've got those. How are our auctions doing at the moment? Let's have a look. So maybe worth doing a cancel scan on the enchants. Just the BFA ones, perhaps. Let's have a look at that. Deselect all groups. So we did do a relist of things on at lunchtime. So let's just run a quick cancel scan of the BFA enchants. See if there's anything we're missing there. Ah, Lizard GM, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. There's a few undercuts, as I would expect this time of night. Everyone collecting up all their gear from their chests and all those sort of things. So let's take these off. It's a good time to be selling enchants. So let's take those off. And then we'll pop them back on. See if we can capture some sales. We'll obviously need to restock as well. So let's have a look at that whilst we're here. Let's post those on. Let's just do the BFA enchants. Put them back on. Trying to level your Warlock, which has the Tailor enchanting. Yeah, good idea, Arthurs. Then you can join in the whole complete super shuffle of the bracers and make use of that enchanting. I think that would really work well. Glitter, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you're doing well. We're just going through and posting on our enchants, the cancel scans we've done. Some fairly reasonable prices there. Okay, so let's take those, and then let's go and just check the auctions. Make sure TSM has seen everything. Maybe we'll do a little bit of shopping here, actually, whilst we're here. Bracer Super Shuffle, see if there's anything of a cheap price. Managed to get Classic Tailor into 300, so next should be Burning Crusade. If there's anything worth crafting there. I don't know, actually. Specifically tailoring-wise. I think the main thing really is the Classic for a lot of the shirts, and then perhaps then getting up to BFA as quickly as possible would be one of the things, I think. Then you could always go back and do the other ones. enchanting has a good spread between Pandaria, Draenor, and Legion, and current content. So enchanting needs a good mix of things. So what have we got here that's cheap? Misscale is currently quite cheap, 7 gold, as opposed to my average purchase price of 10 gold. There's a stack of 200 there, I'll take that. Anything under my average here, this is getting close, 9.99 is my 10. So we'll go under here, let's look at some of these. Let's just take a couple of the bigger ones there. I'll take the 7.45 because that's a nice price. We'll leave the rest. And then Hardened Tempest Hide's quite good at 3.12. We do have a fair amount of that, so I may not need to buy too much of that. And everything else is above price. Nylon thread there at 48 silver is still reasonable, below 52. I could probably pick up that 12 whilst I'm here. And then how's the coarse leather doing? That's really expensive now. Coarse leather is at 11.95. Bloodstained bones are at 8.25. The Tempest hide is up here at 10 gold, so that's still expensive. So we'll leave those. Take that off. And then open up those purchases. Okay. Burning Crusade has the Shadow Weave, Primal Mooncloth spell, Strike, cooldown crafts. Okay. Okay, thank you, contesting with me on Simone's shirts anyway. Don't worry about that, Arthurs. So, okay, there's a few different things there. Thank you, that one, Brogo. Might have to look at a few other things myself. I mean, obviously we've got... does that include the Mooncloth robe on that one? I'm not sure. Green Hero TV, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're just going through, and we're going to have a look at... Now, let's have a look at... Oh, I've got another Brutasaur here. Restocking on things. I've checked the auction house, made sure that DSM's seen that. And then we can have a look at... Right, let's clear this queue. This was from earlier. I didn't finish that one off. Let's go have a look. Restock everything. You're still saying make some bountiful captain's feasts, but I'm not sure about my prices on those. We still need a load more Pact to Critical Strikes. I literally made 8 and I've sold all 8 already. So I'm going to need a lot of stuff for this. Let's see what we can do here. Let's take tailoring, enchanting and cooking whilst we're here. Lots of stuff we need to collect, so let's open the task list for that. Tide spray is 15 on your server at the moment. Things are a bit slow for your crafting. Yeah, it can get that way, can't it? Gorgor68, I'm doing very well, thank you very much. How about yourself? And Black Knight, thanks for stopping by. Happy Wednesday to you. Right, we've got a load of stuff here. So some of this is get from the guild banks. Some of this will be... Let's switch from Erfen, cooking crafts, buy from the auction house. There's a lot of stuff here. Okay, let's have a look at the cooking side of things, because we may have to not do the cooking if we can't get anything at a decent price. So let's look at the shopping and scan all the things that we need to look for. We need a lot of things, so it all depends on what kind of prices things are. Shalderai silk looks like it might be out of the question. It's at 4.75. Juggernaut Nukes, good evening to you. Thanks for stopping by. 65k ties for you bought for 2 to 3 gold each. Very nice, Arthur, so that's definitely worth it. Your list for tailoring and leatherworking here costing you 200,000 and value at 10 million. Wow, Mushy, that's brilliant. That's a lovely markup. Okay, so things we need here. What do we need thick paleo steak for? Thick paleo steak, we need 80 of those. I can't think of why I need those. Let's just have a quick look. What's using the thick paleo steak? I'm assuming it's for something in here. Crafting. Thick paleo steak is in the galley banquet. Okay, right, there we go. That explains that one. Best to look into things if you don't know what it's going to be used for. The galley banquet, how much do we need? Thick paleo shake, we need 80, so let's go straight in here and buy 83. We might as well buy a stack of 200 here, it's so reasonable. So let's go with that one. There we go. And what else are we left with? Meaty haunch, that's very expensive. Ah, Sulker94, how are you? Try to flip some battle pair. Some battle as it links my WoW account and not your realm. Worked pretty well. Okay, Gorga, excellent. This happened tonight whilst you were preparing for raid with 12 flasks. You made the equivalent of 180. Oh, right. You create a mystical cauldron. Fantastic. Is that a good thing? I don't even know how you get that. Too much to keep track of. Stevie B, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. And Phantom, first time watching the stream. Well, welcome on board. Thank you for stopping by. We are currently just going through and restocking on things. We need to buy a lot of stuff for the cooking. Where the cauldrons of procs. Oh, right. Okay. Wow, brilliant. Is there a way to disenchant the bracer faster or easier? TSM Destroy is not working for you. Yes, TSM Destroy can be a little bit tricky. So I literally just have a keybind to my equals key, and I just get ready to press that and go through things as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, there's not much else you could do really. Good evening, Bacon Bits. How are you? One cauldron is 30 flasks. Oh right, okay. Very nice. So looking at this lot, we need... The thing that's most expensive here is the meaty haunch. So I've got a purchase price of 15 and it's up there at 29. But I need a whole load of it. How much do I need? 660. So 660, I mean I could buy that, but we're looking at 34 gold for that. There literally just is not enough meaty haunch at the moment. That's a lot of dead pigs indeed. So I'm thinking still my bountiful feasts are not quite worth doing because I'm not sure the profit margins are that high. Let's just go over to the feasts and have a look. Bountiful Captain's Feasts down here. Where am I? Bountiful Captain's Feast. Only a 748 profit on those, compared to the Galley Banquet, which is doing really well here at 2,000 profit. So even if I increase, the Bountiful Captain's Feast needs all that meaty haunch. It needs 15 per feast, which is the main thing. Even if I maybe took this down to, instead of 55, let's change that to 10. Let's do that actually. Let's clear this queue. And then let's just change that to 10, so it's not quite so massive, and we might be able to just eke out some small profits from this instead. So we'll go to the Captain's Feast, and we have a group operation here to make 55 of them, so that's probably too much for now. I just can't get enough these days. So I'm going to go modestly small, and then we'll work my way back up if I can. So let's try with 10 instead, 10 of each. And then we'll go back and we'll give it a...
anything exotic, bring it to me.
Super suggestion, buy the meaty haunch and reset the feast. I could possibly do that. It's not a bad idea. I mean, looking at the feasts themselves, where are they actually at price wise? Let's go back up. Bountiful Captain's Feast are currently at 2,300, so they're already above region average. There's 15 auctions on at the moment. Oh, Oreo's gone. There is no way for them to recraft them. This is true. I like your thinking. Myth, thank you very much, using your Prime for 4 months in a row. Thank you very much for your support. Let's see some chef's hats and thumbs up. Thank you very much for your support. Really appreciate it. Welcome back to the Samadan squad. Right, so thinking about this, I'm going to go with yes, basically Drustvar and the pigs is the place to do that, to get some meaty haunch. We do have some on Erfen, I think. Good evening, Bullywolf. How are you? Now, okay, let's go with this for now. Let's see what we can make. Buy up some of the meaty haunch anyway. So let's go have a look at this. Let's take this off. Captain's Feast ingredients. Run a shopping scan on just these. Because obviously our price of 15 isn't really worth it at the moment. So let's see if we can pick up some. And there's even less meaty haunch now, in fact. 34 there. In fact, I'm going to take that 34. I'm going to take the 20. Now our average, well, it won't go up until we do the next lot. Stringy loins we have 305 of. Very few stringy loins. There we go. 6 of 200 there. So if we just take a couple of those now, and then we can take these at a reasonable price. 32 of 20 at that, or we can literally just go here and buy 200 for the red tail loach. And we'll probably need to pick up some more, so let's go take some of these whilst we can. And then the same with the frenzied fangtooth. There's 50 of 20 there. These are only 20 gold though, so definitely want those. And then we'll go up to the 20 here. These are at 27, those are 26.60, so it'll be worth taking those instead. We need a few of those. How are we doing on that? 900 odd. Let's take a few more. Alright, so let's see what happens there if we pick up those and see what our averages come out like. See what happens there. I'm preparing for your legendary boots tomorrow. Excellent. Alright, let's go for another lot. Okay. So the other purchases coming through. Lots and lots of red tail loach. Should get the legendary boots with the leatherworker. They're worth quite a lot. I'll go have a look. I can't remember what I need to do. I don't know how much I've done Legion wise to be able to unlock those. I should be okay, I think. Okay, so let's go and look at cooking now. Now that we've got some new averages. So Bountiful Captain's Feast, the profit margin now has gone down to 547 based off of those things. We're missing still the Cold Tiramisu and the Mondazi, which we probably need to make ourselves. Mondazi we can make ourselves, and Cold Tiramisu we can make ourselves. So that's fine, they're both in a profit margin at the moment. So let's have a look, go to our groups and restock again. So this time we're only going to do 10 of these and 10 of these. Missed the mailbox, how was it? We had about 88,000, so not bad really, considering I hadn't really put much on. No, you are not okay with that. Do you not think so? I think that's the problem with the profit margins, is they're going down, and so I need to think about what I would do with the cooking in this state that it's in. I've got a few little bits here and there, but nothing massive. The things that's doing really well for me is the enchanting, so I want to concentrate on those. The satchels, though, we can take those off because they're not needed. We can actually make a couple of those at the moment. Sorry, Oreo, not giving you any attention. Electro Specs, good evening, how are you? When another disruptor is up, you can gather legendary mats for it. Yes, that's right, there's the... Oh, you meant the Leatherworking Legion. Lost cause there. Oh, right, okay. Okay. Okay, Gorworth, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Have a great rest of your evening. On late tonight, have you missed the mailbox? Yes, you have, unfortunately. It was 88,000, so not huge, but still reasonable, considering a lot of that was from stuff that I posted on this afternoon. all these packs of Critical Strike went, so I need to make some more. So we're going to just do this modest amount here and do all of these bits and pieces. So let's gather up these items. Let's do all 3 and then see what we can make there. Task added to the task list. We need to have a look, excuse me, have a look now at, okay, buy from vendor, we can do that. Let's go to TSM 4, try that again, buy up those, get a load of stuff from the guild bank. Let's go do that. Okay, Solka, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Have a great rest of your evening. Okay, lots of things to get from the guild bank. We can do all of that. There's some stuff we need to switch to Erfen for. I wonder what Erfen's got. Maybe some cooking ingredients, perhaps. That's interesting, the guild bank just closed. Let's reopen it up again. Still says moving, so let's just do a reload just to fix that. Let's see what happens there. So we'll just run through this a little bit quicker, perhaps. Open up the guild bank and get from guild bank there. That should hopefully get most stuff. Cold tiramisu. Oh, we did have some cold tiramisu. So we still need to make some more Mondazi and cold tiramisu. We also have some Tiragard perch and briny flesh to buy from the auction house. We need to make some bolts of imbued frostweave and some enchanting crafts. Okay, so that's not too bad. We need 12 Umbra shards, so we're going to have to do some bracers. I don't think I've got much tide spray left to do any tide spray bracers. Yeah, we only have 10, so we need to do the next best thing, which is over on Erfen, which I believe last time I looked was the mist scale ones. Shimmer scale ones, whichever it is, I can never remember. We've done the cooldown on this one, so we'll probably have to switch over to Erfen and finish those ones. Shimmer scale. I always get those mixed up. Alright, let's go have a look at the things we're missing. Voodoo Gaming, how are you? Thanks for stopping by, hope you're doing well. We're just going through and doing a little bit of restocking here. So let's go through and buy what we need to from the auction house. Tiragard perch, just a couple. And briny flesh, 85. So briny flesh, let's pick up the 93. I'm tempted to also pick up that one, but I'll just take that for now. And the Tiragard perch, we just need 2, so we'll take the 20 at 10.05, just to give us some there. We'll pick up that from the mailbox. And then we'll have a look at, okay, so Umbra shards we need to do, and we'll go over to Erfen to sort those out, because Erfen has a few things to scrap anyway. So let's just quickly swap over to Erfen. We can also check Erfen's mailbox as well whilst we're here. I'm really liking Samadan's outfit at the moment. His cloak, staff and headpiece and waist work really well together. Just need to sort my shoulders out. They're not quite in keeping with everything there. Let's go back over to Erfen. Check Erfen's sales. See if we need to restock on anything. I think we've also got some tide spray to scrap. Got a decent staff. Probably try and sell it. Yeah, it's worth a go. I haven't had much luck with the 350 one I picked up from the 2x4 farm yet. Oh, okay, we've got some stuff here. Sinister Combatants, leather arm guards, drums of fury times 20, some tide spray linen, drums of the mountain again, and some expires there as well. Okay, mix of things there. Let's open it all up. It's at 3,500 gold to add to Erfen's bags. And then there's some more stuff there as well. So we can at least scrap this, make it into something else, and then send it on back to Samadan. Let's do a quick reload on that lot. And then see what we're left with. In this side, more expires. More explosive. Oh, there's some more sales there as well. Another 8,000 in sales. Okay, so a good 10,000 in sales for Erfen. What have we got? Drums of Fury, the diving helmet, a couple of sinister gear there. And oh, look, we've sold some sausages at last. Smoked sausage, Frankfurter, meat brat, and sunrise pork. So someone's bought a bit of each of them. Well, there we go. That's a result. We'll have to make sure we go and get some more of those. Okay, let's open up all of those. I do like a good vendor flip every now and again. And we'll need to repost all this lot on, obviously. Hope we've got enough bag space for it all. Then we can do it in one load. There we have. Okay, so let's post that on first. Let's move over out the way. Start with that. Okay, so my auctions. We've got a few things on at the moment. Okay, so let's just post on the rest. Do I have a guide on TSM? I certainly do, L Maxwell. Let me find the command for it. Learn, I believe it is. I go through all the different things for TSM. I go through a playlist, go through all the different aspects of TSM. You can only sell Drums of Fury. Interesting. I'm quite interested in the mountain there. It does seem to have worked quite well. What was this staff? Oh, very nice staff. I like that one there, Arthur's. What's the actual price on it though? I can't see the tooltip there. Wow, min buyout of 129. Yeah, it's definitely good there. See how you get sales with that. Although, what's the sale rate on it? 0.03. Okay. I'm trying to make good for 2 weeks now with your leatherworking. Also levelling your tailor enchanter, but only seem to break even. Give it time, perhaps. Hopefully you'll get it. The other thing is to maybe just look at your material costs, see if you can get those down. That's the next thing. Drums of the Mountain sell a lot less though, usually. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, I'm going to up my amount. I've currently got it at 10. I might up that up to 30. See if there's a few more that I can put on there. And what have we got here that we're going to put on? All the Sinister gear, Shimmer Scale, Coarse Leather, Drums of Fury back on. And then the sausages as well. Let's go through all of those. Post those on. Does that leave me with anything? A few things to scrap mainly. So let's go over and scrap those whilst we're here. I'm sure I dismounted. Hold on. Let's click that again. Okay, so scrapping wise, just a few items. Let's start with those. Let's bring our bags up at the same time. See if we can start with some Expulsum and some Time Spray and Nylon to send back to Samadan. Mr. Traxian, how are you? Doing very well, thank you very much. Just going through and scrapping a few things. We need to create some Umbra Shards for Samadan so we can make some more enchants. So we're going to do that. A combination of Honourable Gear for Umbra Shards and Veiled Crystals. And then we're going to do some blue braces from the Shimmer Scale and see if we can get something going from them. Oh, Merricky, thank you very much for the raid. How are you? How was your stream? Hope you're doing well. Here come the bees. Merricky charge. Welcome everybody. Lovely to have you with us. We're currently just going through and doing some bracer shuffles. So we've done that scrapping. Let's go make ourselves some Shimmer Scale arm guards. We can make 170. They currently cost me 75 gold to make according to TSM. So that's a reasonable price. So let's make 100 of those and get going with those. Whilst I say good evening to everyone. How was your stream, Merricky? I hope it was good. Doing very well here, thank you. Thank you ever so much for the raid. Really, really kind of you. Was about to do a super shuffle to get 100 veils. Looked at leather supplies. They've gone up tremendously. Yeah, it's it's a tricky one. It's all about trying to find the right balance of materials. That's where I found the spreadsheet to be most useful, is just buying what I can and then putting the prices in and seeing what's going to work. Have I looked into twink boosting? I've just started and it's really fun. I haven't actually struck with luck. The main thing I'm focusing on at the moment is trying to get all my characters up to 120 will be the next thing, so that they can all start different professions. So we've currently done well with Erfen so far, but Erfen still needs to get to 120. And then I need to get... Oh, we just sold some Drums of Fury. Excellent. And we also need to get Awakening up and running, because Awakening has Herbalism and Alchemy. So I really need to get those both working. And then I've got another... That's another profession, basically, to try and make some gold on. Although I'm not sure how well the potions will do at the moment. It tends to be a bit of a tricky one, that one. You have so many alts you need to level up. Yeah, it's a tough one. You need to really properly dedicate time to it. I mean, I've still got lots of things I'd like to do with Samadan. I'd like to get Pathfinder Part 1 done before I concentrate on leveling anyone else up, because then I can get all the flight points and things. That might be quite useful. And the allied races who don't want to boost them. Yeah, that's the other thing I'd like to try as well. I'm looking forward to the new ones coming out. So many things you want to collect as well, mounts and things, exactly. So much to do and just not enough time. Really is a case of that. So we can probably scrap a lot of this, but we want to ignore all of these blues. So no, we don't want to left click it, we want to right click it. And add those. Can we shift right click it? Does that work? Let's just go through all of these. All these blues are going to the ignore list. You can't see this because Oreo's camera's in the way. But I'm just literally right clicking on all the blues that are in my easy scrap list. And adding them to the ignore list. And then I'm just left with greens. So we'll queue those up, start scrapping those. And then we can send the blues over to Samadan, will be the next thing. And I'll need it for flying later on, absolutely, so you can't forget about that one. Alchemy character, but just sold the herbs instead, so you get more from it. Yeah, that's something I'd like to do with Erfen as I'm levelling Erfen up, is to run around picking the herbs. You saved a boost for a Zanzalare, but I think you might get tempted to level it for the armour anyway. I'm tempted with the allied races. I think it'll be nice to go for the armour, to level them up the old-fashioned way, definitely. So I'll just scrap these braces. That's a good few bits of blues we can do. That's probably going to be enough Umbra Shards for us in this batch, I think. Once you count in the honourable gear as well. We might need to make some sinister gear though, so we'll need some expulsum for that. We'll do the restocks on Erfen first. Use up whatever sinister gear we need to, and then we'll move over. When I'm putting the numbers into the Super Shuffle sheet, are you using the current market pricing or my average purchase price? I'm using my average purchase price because for me I'm trying to work out what my profit is based on the things I bought. You could put in the market price just to see what they're worth and do it that way. Your 110 Demon Hunter has 247 eye level. And you've not sold any boost yet, but it's fun to run dungeons and kill everything on your own. Oh right, okay. That's quite interesting. You do have that balance of power, don't you? Gusilin, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Just in the right moment. Can you have some questions about your super shuffling? Certainly can. Fire away and I'll happily answer them. We're just going through, we're making shimmer scale braces here, as they're currently the cheapest for me, and I've run out of Tide Spray. We're just going to we're scrapping all these greens. and then we're going to send the blues over to Samadan. But first we need to make some sinister gear to sell. There's some sinister leather and mail mainly. Go through all of those. Nearly there. It's a shame there isn't a mass scrap or something that can do more than 9. Maybe just like a scrap all and you can leave it running through everything. That would be quite nice. Seems to be somewhat set on the cloth chart, but how is the leather chart coming on? Going to work on another set tomorrow. Hope to have another chart, leather first next week, if not by Sunday. Yes, there's a combination of things I could do there. I haven't been bothering with getting the numbers because my first results were roughly about the same as the cloth. So I just said, okay, as a rough ballpark, I'm going to go with those figures for all 3. But it's not very accurate, and so to be more accurate, I do need to get more of a sample size of both sets of leather. So if anyone does want to add more in, I'll certainly add them into my list. So it's just a question of going through them. I mean, I could have done it here with the 100 I made here. I didn't make note of that. Just getting a bit lazy, I guess, overall. So let's go through and do our restocks on Erfen first. So we need to do, let's have a look now. Now this is where it's going to get interesting. What's the restock on Erfen going to be like? 100 drums of fury, 10 drums of the mountain, 2 helmets and 1 leather treads. Okay, so what we'll do here is we're going to increase drums of the mountain to another 10, I think, to 20. Actually, I'll take that up to 30. And then let's gather for those. We just want to gather for Erfen at the moment. So swap over to Erfen and leatherworking. Actually, we appear to have everything according to that. So let's make those. I'll go through that at the moment. Okay, let's just scroll back up. Your average purchase price on coarse leather is 4 gold 91. Current market is 9 gold. Someone's definitely reset the market. Yeah, it definitely happens. It's happened here on Shadow Song. How do I notice that it's not profitable on your spreadsheet? Kind of curious, just an example. It costs you 100 gold to do the tailoring braces. So if you make 100 braces, you're investing 10,000 gold, right? And you'll get 13 expulsum. It's all basically, if you look at the sheet, where is my sheet? Let me just bring it up. Just have to load it through, one moment. And then let's just swap over to that, close that down, and go to the super shuffle. Right, okay. So looking at this, on the right hand side I did a bit of a calculation. Actually, it's not on this sheet, is it? It's on the other one I did. What I did was with the other sheet, let me just bring that over, one moment. Let's go back one. The bracer numbers sheet that I did originally, so this was going for my tie spray bracers, where I looked at the price of, so say for example the cost of one bracer, say my tie spray price is here at 6.1 and the nylon price is 0.52, the cost of one bracer is 64, so 100 bracers cost me 6,500, just under. Then I also had a look at the current prices of Umbra Shards, Gloom Dust, and what I used to use as Expulsum, and then from this I can work out, on this sheet, I worked out here the cost of the 100 bracers less the thread gave me 5,000 gold, but then I also looked at the worth of this lot, which was the Umbra price at 144, Gloom Dust at 8. Well, that's probably not about right, because Umbra Shards was now something like 280. And so now it's worth more, something like 7,000 in total. And Gloom Dust is probably about right. I'm not sure I probably explained that so well, but basically it was just one part of the process, really. And doing it this way got me a price for Expulsum, and then from there I knew that I was going to get the Umbra Shards, and from there I get the enchants, and it's the enchants that give me the most profit at the moment, because I'm making about 1,000 gold per enchant, and that's just like a single Veiled Crystal. So I could work out that it overall is certainly a profit. I hope that makes sense. I think I garbled a little bit with that one. Oh, what did I miss on the chest? Reset the market if you're EU at least. Yesterday we had 60 coarse leather as a turn-in item. Wow, that's going to be a lot, yeah. So you made a lot of gold on that one. Just checked Umbra on yourself. 553 gold. Wow, that's amazing. Your TSM saying 13 gold per Gloom Dust. Okay. And Gloom Dust is 23. Wow, that's definitely... Veil Crystals are only 450. That's very interesting. I mean, the demand for Gloom Dust at the moment is pretty high, I can imagine. Because, not Gloom Dust, Umbra Shards is pretty high at the mountain. Let's just ignore that for the moment. I might have to do a reload on that. I don't think we're going to make all of those. No, let's do a reload. See if we can fix that one. Let's go through that again. Just restock on those Drums of the Mountain. But yeah, so going back to the spreadsheet and the profits, for me it was basically just trying to get, because I knew that the bracers were going to get me the Umbra Shards and the Veil Crystals for a cheaper price than they currently were in the market. For me, that was worth doing the shuffle for, because that was the purpose of the shuffle. Wasn't necessarily to make a profit out of the Tide Spray, but to use that to make my Umbra Shards and Gloom Dust cheaper, relatively, basically. So rather than buying my Umbra Shards, I wanted to do something else to get the price down. Bones are 19, 213 gold, but 21 for the next 1,000. Wow, and Shimmer's 15. Wow, the price has gone really high. Time to maybe go and farm them. I'm completely lost with it at the moment. I guess you could just look at farming them if you wanted to shift things up a little bit. That's one option. Now, how much do we need? Expulsum. We just need one Expulsum for that one. Okay, so let's post that lot on, because we need to get back to Samadan and get his lot crafted. So run a post scan on that lot. And then we need to send, well, we need to make some honourable gear now, so that we can turn that into Veil Crystals and Umbra Shards. So Drums of Fury, Drums of the Mountain. Let's go through all of those. And then let's go to a small amount, slightly easier. Today you're going to spend gold. Always a good thing. Let's go have a look, and oh no, first off we need to make the honourable. Let's do that whilst we're here. So switch to the standard interface. So honourable combatant, we need more Tempest Hide. We've nearly run out of Tempest Hide. So, well, we haven't actually run out of it. We haven't got enough on us at the moment. So let's go over and collect up some more. We've got loads in the guild bank. That's easy enough to do. So I'll pop in here. Now Tempest Hide is this lot, so let's just take up some of these. Oh, just sold some more Drums of Fury, and some more. It's going to take up all of this Tempest Hide. There we go. And then that leaves us with, we can make 14 Honourable Combatants Leather Arm Guards, which is at least 14 Veiled Crystals. So those are going to cost me 183 gold to make, and these are going to be veiled crystals, which are probably about 400 or 500 gold at the moment on their own. So this is kind of the reason for it. Buy raw beast hide. Yeah, better check the price of it actually. How is my drums of fury raw beast hide? We currently have 1,400 raw beast hide at the moment, so we could do with some more, that's for sure. Let's go have a quick look whilst we're here. Currently crafting 2,050 drums of fury. Wow. Okay, Phantom, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Hope to see you again soon. Shopping, raw beast hide. Let's run a shopping scan on these. Doesn't matter how much you have, you need to sell it now. Going to push all the things to 60%. Oh, even better. Brilliant. And they will, the drums eventually, yeah. So looking here at raw beast hide, there's not a lot on at all. Looking at that, 2 gold up to 499 for that stack of 200. I'll take the 5 of 1. Oh, they've gone already. Looks like those might... Do I want to buy those at 499? I guess that'll push the price up. Let's take them whilst we're here.
If you find anything exotic, bring it.
I did get a fair amount of raw beast hide the other day through my garrison because it was on cheap there. So that should offset the price of it. We'll just pick up those purchases. And then we've done the crafts. So we need to send the stuff to Samadan. So that's going to be the blues, all the shimmer scale blues and the honourable purples, and get those on over. Hopefully we'll do the whole lot. Yes, we do. Okay, so with that done, let's swap back over to Samadan and finish off the bracer shuffle. Get that lot going. So over to Samadan and to world. So now we're going to go and make veiled crystals out of the honourable gear and some umbra shards as well, hopefully. Then we'll go on over here. Alright, let's have a look. So shimmer scale and honourable stuff and the nylon thread. I'll take all of that. And we're going to go and disenchant these things. So we could use TSM Destroy, but it does tend to bug out on me fairly frequently. So what I tend to do is I literally just go through. I've got the equals key bound to disenchant, and so literally I just hover over the first thing I want to disenchant, press equals, and get ready on the next one, and then go over to that and disenchant that as well. So it's quite quick. You just have to focus a little bit as you do it. Just do it slower. If it bugs, just click the next one in the bag. Okay. Well, let's try that. Slash TSM Destroy. So we've got the arm guards here. None of the epics are in here because we probably need to change our settings. So let's start with Destroy next. Go through that. It's not stored the previous item before you click it. So that's okay, I guess. But the thing is, it's probably no quicker than my own way of doing it. I guess the difference here is you don't have to look at the screen so much. So I could be looking at chat, or I could be looking at something else. There we go. So I went a bit too early there on that one, and so it got stuck. So click the next one, or I left clicked it by mistake. I meant to right click it. Okay, well let's carry on because we need to do the honourable stuff anyway. So let's just finish off the other way. You can read a book with it. I probably wouldn't do that, but I get the gist of it. Whereas this way I do at least have to look at the next icon I'm going to click, which is kind of like a fail-safe for me a little bit, but I can see tier center destroying is better overall. It's just a shame it doesn't, it does kind of freeze and it kind of breaks your flow. Right, so that should get me a fair amount of Veil Crystals and Umbra Shards. So now we just need to do... Oh, let's look at the task list for everything. We need to probably swap it on over to our gathering. Samadan, tailoring, enchanting and cooking. So there we are, we need the Mysterious Essence. So we need to go over to enchanting. The Mysterious Essence we can do the Ethereal Shatter. We're running low on that actually. We can do Mysterious Essence from the Spirit Dust as well, but Ethereal Shards we are running low on. We did manage to buy them for 73 silver, and they're currently looking at 17 gold, so that boat may well have sailed. So the next way we need to look at is Spirit Dust, which is currently at 45 silver, and we've got 155 of those. So we'll probably end up going that way after we've used up all these ethereals, I think. We need to do, how many of these? We need to do 3 of these. 2, 3, let's create those. Jabberlols, how are you? And Dado, thanks both for stopping by. Hope you're doing alright. You're still lost. Okay, Gosselin. I think buying raw materials now are more expensive than getting veiled crystals. I see. So it could be a matter of time then. If the materials are too expensive and your veiled crystal price is coming out less, then I would suggest that, yes, if that was the case, then it would be better off to buy the veiled crystals instead. And unfortunately, the Bracelet Shuffle wouldn't work for your current prices. Just because it's not profitable doesn't mean if it's not profitable, then it means you shouldn't do it, basically. And the way to do that is to look at what your veiled crystal price would be, and if it's more like your average buy price of veiled crystals, because that's included in the price string as well, then that would be a case for not doing the Bracelet Shuffle. Buy on the crafting, it will suggest blues to disenchant. For the ethereal shards, is it? I'll have to have a look at that one. Okay, so we've nearly done everything here. Let's do the tailoring crafts. Swap over to TSM. Bolts of imbued frostweave, we can make those. This is for our flying carpet. Just 5 of those. Same here, you have to farm the materials, get too expensive. Yeah, I mean, that would be the case of just farming them, and would you just sell the raw mats? Any way to make gold, really. Whatever's fun would be the way to go on that. Cooking crafts, we need 10 cold tiramisu and 10 mondazi. Let's switch to the standard interface, because this is way too slow doing it this way. Waiting for that to pop through. Oh, we've only got one more to do at the moment anyway. Just hoard the material and craft the enchants and just raise the price. Yep, that's a pretty good idea. And then we're over to cooking, so let's make sure Pierre's here. Get ourselves cooking. Cold tiramisu, we need to make 5, so let's create all of those. And mondazi is 10. We can actually make 15, so we'll just make the 10. Go through those. Will the new profession items affect the shuffle? With enchanting you can get some extra things, can't you? You can get some extra materials back, and with tailoring don't you get some void things where you can get some extra cloth? So maybe it's worth. I haven't looked at the exact effects of them. So when they come out, I'll have a look and see what there is there. Temporal crystal. Have I done that? Let's just open that up. No, we haven't done that one. Let's just do that whilst we're here. Finish off the task list. There we go. Right. Okay. So back to TSM. Hexweave cloth. We have 30. We need 70. We probably have enough in our garrison actually for that. So let's pop on over to that. Where's our garrison Hearthstone? Let's go have a quick look at this. I'm not sure what under what circumstances you get the extra enchanting materials from. It's on the PTR, isn't it? I've never ever, would you believe, never ever been on the PTR. Right, let's have a look. One completed, which is Tailoring Emporium Rush Order. We're completely out of resources. That's interesting. So let's get going again on our scavengers. So let's start with those. And start with those. And those. There we go. Back up to the resources collecting, which also means we need to collect the stuff from outside. So I spent it all on raw beast hide earlier. Miss Potato could not handle 2 sets. Okay, an extra 500 resources. 2 sets of WoW versions. Okay. I don't know how it works. But Mr. Potato 2.0 can. Oh, Gusselin, thank you very much. Very kind of you to donate. Let's see some chef's hats, Gusselin. Hold on. Chef's hats and thumbs up. Thank you ever so much for the donation. That's really kind of you. It's another 50 gigabytes. Sonic Oso, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. We are just collecting up a few things here. Let's collect up some more of these. Now, do we need some more sumptuous fur? Am I running low on that? Hold on. Wheeler, thank you very much for the follow. Thanks for stopping by. We're just going through. Work order for that is done. So let's just use our rush work orders, which we just collected up. Let's get another load of those going. And then we can go and pick up some extra cloth. Lots and lots of extra hexweave. And then we can head on back. Where's your work order gone? You're around the corner, aren't you? Do that and do a lower load more. There we go. You're good. You restarted well. Excellent. Welcome back. Okay, so we're done on that. We're done on the hexweave. Do we have enough there? Huge difference time zone, but always checking my videos. Oh, thank you very much, Gusselin. Well, have a great rest of your day, and hope to see you again soon. And thanks again for the donation. That was really kind of you. So we're going back, and we're going to make the rest of our things. So this should be all of our list going. So cooking-wise, crafting, galley banquet, 10 feasts, sailor's pie, honey pot pie. There we go. Well, thank you very much. 8 months. That's amazing. Thank you for your continued support. Really do appreciate it. Let's see some chef's hats and thumbs up for Wellmalt. Thank you very much indeed. Just stopped by to say hello and good night. Okay, Dado. Well, thank you ever so much for stopping by. Really do appreciate it. Just got back from work. What did you miss? Mojura. Is that Mojura or Mojura? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, but welcome. Thanks for stopping by. What did we have? We had Mailbox of about 88,000. We've just been going through doing the bracer shuffle, and now we're ready to craft all our things here, which, according to TSM, is going to be a 63,000 profit if we do all of this. So we're going to make 10 galley banquets, Oh, we need a cooking fire. Where's Pierre when you need him? Here he is. So 10 galley banquets, 10 bountiful captain's feasts, so at least we have some feasts in the pot, as it were. The profit margins aren't as great as the galley banquets, 460 odd, but we can still make some Mondazi, we can make some spice snapper, we can make some honey pot pie. J like in Y as in Yeti. Monura. Okay. You need to make your shuffle as well. Okay. And a sailor's pie. Okay, so back over to enchanting. Pact of Critical Strike. We sold 8 of these just this afternoon. And Pact of Critical Strike is a 1,800 profit per one. Pact of Haste, really good there at 3,600. We don't have any in our list, so that must mean we have 8 on us already. According to that, yes, we have 8 on already. And then a few other individual bits and pieces. We can do these. Windsong and more Pacts of Critical Strike. There's the Mastery. And then Gale Force Striking, a couple of those. Gift of Versatility. Elemental Force, a couple of those sold. I love selling enchants. And then those and those. Now, after this, it'll be on to the tailoring. And with tailoring, Windle Hood, we need to make sure this isn't a blue, hopefully. It is a green one, that's good. And then a couple of Silkweave satchels, as we have the Silkweave on us. And then Sinister Combatant's cloak and Sinister Combatant's pants, and then a shirt, and then a flying carpet, and a hexweave bag. So a good mix of tailoring there. Really pleased with that lot. God, the flying carpet takes a long time to make. I guess it is quite elaborate. We just got a sleeping Oreo belly on the side there. Good evening, Sensors. How are you? How's your Wednesday been? Hope all good so far. We've just gone through and recrafted everything. So let's go have a look at reposting that lot on. Is it better to scrap or disenchant the gear that you craft? It depends, really, on what you're going to do with it. For me, I need the Expulsum, so I'm scrapping the greens. And for me, I need the Umbra Shards, so I'm disenchanting the blues. If you need a lot of Gloom Dust, then the other way to do it is to scrap some greens, and you'll get loads of Gloom Dust through doing that as well. So let's select everything and run a post scan. Slow sail day again. Yep, we have them. Even I have them, Sensors. Just got to ride them out, hopefully. But I feel your pain. Depends if you need Expulsion or Umbra. Yes, exactly as much you said. Carpets do sell. Well, I've sold one. That's the first one I've sold. I did a test of it when I was doing my my tailoring deep dive, and I thought, okay, well, let's try flying carpets, and that's the first one I've sold. So it's worth it as long as you get a sale. It all depends on your server and the demand, really. So hexweave bags are quite cheap there. 789. It's still a 611 profit. Bountiful feasts are going in at 2394. It might be worth trying to push those up a little bit higher. How many have we got on at the moment? Bountiful Captain's Feasts. There's not a huge number on. 2323. It's all a steady price though, so there's not much point resetting the market on those unless I'm just going to buy them all up. But I'll leave that for now. Let's post them on for this. Smoothie, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on board. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to do a search for greens, blues, 111 plus. See if there's any cheap ones. Yeah, that's a good idea. See if you can get something out of those. Is that for your all the things, Mushy? Okay, good night, Arthurs. Thanks ever so much for hanging out tonight. Hope to see you again soon. Quick reminder, actually, I'm not going to be on Friday, so I won't be doing Friday stream, but I will be on Sunday. So there'll be no stream this Friday. I'm doing well. How are the viewers doing? They're doing very well. Well, I can't speak for them, but I presume they're doing very well. They've said so far. They have. After you learn them, they are all being disenchanted or scrapped. Well, I guess, yeah, that's a good use of them, isn't it? Okay, so we're done on our posting. We're done on Erfen's posting. So for the rest of today, we need to go over to Borealis, see if there's anything quest-wise. We might even be able to do a little bit of progression towards that Pathfinder Part 1 I was talking about. I think that's going to be worth doing. Mr. Chat earlier about shuffles. Is it worth buying mats instead if DB market is below your shuffle price? Is it worth buying mats is below your dock price? If your dock price is your average buy price, so it all depends on your shopping operation and how you've got it set up. The way I've got mine set up is mine's based on my average buy price. So if it's less than my average buy price, then I definitely buy it. If it's more, then I'll consider it depending on what it is. Let's have a quick look at the map, see if there's anything we need hand-in wise. Is there anything else we're missing on the quest line here? Let's have a look at Kaltiris. There's nothing obvious there, so let's go back to Zanzibar. Well, there's 370 there in the Temple of Sethralis. Never been there before. What add-on do I use my bags? It's called Addy Bags Bacon Bits. I think I've got a command for it. It's I sold more that I haven't got the command for. Michael Ram, how are you? Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Well, I'm just going to stretch my legs out. I'm getting tangled up in my headphone cable though. There we go. Craft cost is 170 in your dock at the moment, but 299 DB market. Okay, so it sounds cheaper on your craft cost. Right, okay, so we're going to go over. We're done on that. Is there a new brawl or anything? Let me just check. Where are we at on the calendar? Arena skirmish bonus event begins. What's the arena skirmish bonus event? While this event is active, arena skirmish will award honour at an increased rate. Okay. Not marks of honour though. I missed the hatching of the hippogriffs. That was something. Okay. The next brawl is on the 6th of March. Okay, so we'll wait for that one. Let's head on over. Just got home from work and relaxing. Excellent. Good to hear. We're just going to check our mission table. I'm not sure what I've got on at the moment. Not sure if I've got anything on at the moment. Quest-wise, where are we at? Let me just double check that. Is this one for Warfronts? This is for Stormguard, which is only a... Is it a 340 or a 350 you get with this one? It's not been upgraded to 400, has it? 370, that's it. Warfront equipment cache at 370. So I'm currently sat at 368. A 370 would be a useful shoulder if I could get one. Everything else I think is starting to look like it's already 370 or above. 370 on that, 370 on that. 340 on my finger items. We could do with upgrading those. The same with the trinkets and the weapon. My staff is a 355. So I would have to be lucky and get something for my shoulders or my staff for that. So I'll leave that for the moment. I'd rather go for a dark shawl when it next comes up. We'll avoid that one. And then the other thing here is we need to do that actually. Any reinforcements? We could do one. We're running low on war resources though. Oh god, there goes Masterful Navigations. What have we got? Pet Charms. Nothing immediately there. Gold's not worth it. You can do both. Yes, definitely, Zazaful, but I'm thinking of time at the moment. So that was 4 Masterful Navigations we just sold. What was the profit margin on those? Let's have a look at. They were for 2,000. I sold them for. Interesting. Okay, the 1,000 crafting cost. I'm thinking that was a market reset. Look at that. Someone's just put those on, and they're going to go and resell them for higher. I think so. Hey Spartan, how are you? What's the best way of gold making in my opinion? The best way is the most fun way, whichever that is for you, so it's going to vary from person to person. For me, I love doing professions and I really like enchanting and tailoring. So for me personally, enchanting and tailoring is how I like to spend my time. But it will vary from person to person. So we're done with that. So what I'd like to do is finish off. We need to finish off the Drustvar chapter in order we can go over to, where is that? 9 of 10 chapters. We need stick it to them. That's what we're missing. So which one is going to be stick it to them? Crimson crop throats, building defences, into the Crimson Wood. I imagine it's going to be that one. So let's go and head on over to that. And then we need to finish off the Drustvar campaign. Let's go and do that. So we're just going to try and finish off a little bit more. Oops, wrong button. Let's go over here. And we're going to fly over there, so probably down here is probably the quickest way. Enjoy the flight as we go. Enjoy the scenery with everything set to 10. Let's just have a quick look. There we go. Let's fly past. Enjoy the sights. Screenshot. There we go. Foul TV, thank you very much for the follow. So yeah, going back to the gold making, what's the best way? It all depends. I mean, people flipping BOEs, people doing selling boosts for like dungeon runs and things like that. Various other professions, going off and farming old dungeons for transmog, if that's your thing. It's not necessarily the best, but lots of people like to do it. It all depends on how much quantity of stock you have for that kind of thing. Farming materials, just running around picking herbs and mining is also useful. Skinning, selling the raw materials. There's so many different ways you can make gold. There's not much in the way of raw gold at the moment, like mission tables and things like that, unless you can pick up like the defiled augment runes, and you can get those quite. You can sell those quite easily. But I always say, is make sure it's fun, whatever you do, because it is a game, and that's kind of like the point of it, really. Run every week Panda Raids like Throne of Thunder. Yeah, that's another good idea. There's a lot of stuff you can get from there. Stuff you can disenchant, stuff you can... raw gold flies around your ears. Oh, there we go. Raw gold wise, that sounds like a good one. Right, we're heading down here. I don't think I've ever actually been to the Crimson Wood. We'll go and have a look. 10 runs of Mana Tombs where you farm transmog, you get around 3.5k liquid gold. Okay. And how long does it take you to do the 10 runs? I'm assuming less than an hour. Okay, so we want to go up here into the Crimson Wood. Meet Cleardawn in the Crimson Forest. Lumber collected. We need to collect the building defences bit. I'm not sure if we need this one or not. But whilst we're here, let's do this one. Oh yes, the 2x4 farms. Forgot about that. We did get some good tide spray with that. Sinister Combatant's Cloak of the Peerless has just sold. That's good. Right, where's all this lumber? Might as well pick it up whilst we're here. Can I see any? No, let's go on further in. Is the lumber going to be hidden? If not, we'll just run on up and carry on the quest that's further up. Let's go have a look. Just missed on some chat. If you do that farming all the things in the dungeons, yeah. You do 8 dungeons and then that one goes to Throne of Thunder. Rinse and repeat until you've done 36 Throne of Thunder a week. Wow, okay. And the best way is to find your own niche, and you're around doing most of the Legion. I was one of the few crafters making supple and wayfaring and hexweave gear. And most tailors sold bags for around 1k. You use the same mats, sell a piece of gear for 5k. I've heard of that one. That's a pretty good one. And you've lost your mind. What does 2x4 stand for? It's 2 groups of 4, which is apparently the best way, most efficient way of getting loot. Maximising your amount of loot from one set. Oh, there's some more lumber there. Let's ignore all of this though, because we want to get further round. There's a treasure chest there. Let's go find that. Where's that? Oh, there's those. Those are elites. We want to avoid those if we can. Let's go down here. Let's just do a bit of a psychic scream. Open up and then leg it. Did we get everything? 19 war resources, that wasn't a lot. Okay, let's ignore those and run in this direction instead. There we go. 2 groups of 4, yes, exactly. What's this? Throw liquid fire. Okay, we'll ignore that as well. You go this way. Come on, Pierre. There we go. What are we missing here? Wicker charms. Do we need those? No. Let's carry on. Forces bombs are hyperspawn in certain spots. Though Blizz nurse those often. Yes, they do. That is true. We'll ignore that. Right, where are you? Are you down here? Or are you up there? There you are. I see you.
How might I help?
Okay, into the woods. Crawling with witches. We have to fight our hands if we can save Master Ashton. Saving Master Ashton is in the cage. Must be freed. Take the key from a Hexwood binder and free Master Ashton. Hexwood binder. Oh, there's another chest here somewhere. Oh, there's also another quest here. We'll do that whilst we're here. Okay, so we need to go down, I believe. There we are. There's a chest. We'll have to deal with this one whilst we're here. A timber mongrel. I think we need to kill these anyway. There we go. Some more pilgrimage scrolls. And these things are here. They're polymorphed. Is that a good thing? I don't think it is. You can't attack whilst polymorphed. Okay. That's an interesting one. I need to put enemy nameplates on. There we go, that's a bit easier. Okay, we've got a cage key. Right, let's dot these up. Might as well do that as well whilst we're here. Clear the ranks. Then we can bring everything down. I need to shield up a little bit though. Taking a little bit too much damage. Get my atonement on myself. That one needs another dot. That one needs another dot. That one needs another dot. Now I'm taking lots of damage, so I better do a pain suppression and bring out my big guns, and then we can do a schism and then a penance and gain some health back. And then smite that last one. Should give me a fair amount of things. There we are, lots of bits and pieces that we need for those quests. Master Ashton freed, and you. There we go, do that. Unlock. Release you. And now we've still got a load of stuff to do here. Okay, so we need to do bits and pieces here. I'm assuming this is part of the quest line that I need to finish. It looks like it would be. If there is a quest to do, this would be it. What's next? Is this one? Looks like it is. Boots recovered, and there you are, you're over here. And then, where are you? You're up at the top, okay. Let's go on up. Oh, thank you, Mushy. We've got 10 minutes left, so we should be alright to at least get a bit more of this done. And that, Ashton's back safe, appears, seeing some horrors here. And then we've got other stuff over here. Let's just mount on up. And we can just finish off this area. Return Samantha's gear. That's here. Found your gear. Is that everything? We also need odds and ends, organic matter sample, bag of reagents. What's this for? Can probably do something. Organic matter. Those wicked dogs have organic parts. Okay, so it's the dogs for the parts. The mongrels over there, and the seers for the other stuff. Okay, well we'll do those here whilst we're here. And the mongrel will take one there. One there. One there. We might as well take a brute whilst we're here. And then a binder. That should be enough for now. Let me move out a little bit on that. Oh, got feared. Not a good position to be in. Let's just move outside of that. Now we need to redot everyone. That took a little bit longer than I anticipated. There we go. Ooh, I'm definitely dying here. That's not a good idea. Let's shadow mend myself just a little bit. And shield myself and make sure everyone's here. Just give myself a bit of breathing room whilst I just redot everyone up. That one and that one. And then I can AoE you down. Oh, got feared again. Doesn't help. I'll brute, the last one to be done. The penance should finish you off, hopefully. Okay, we've got some organic matter samples from those, at least. So we still need a bag of reagents, and we need. That's the mongrel over there. Do that instead. because I think the next thing I need to do is a few more world quests just to get myself to the, I think it's 100 world quests I need for Pathfinder, 100 different world quests, and I need to do the finish off the exploration, which I haven't quite done yet. So there's a couple of things I still need to do after I finish this quest line. I'm not sure how much these are needed. Okay, let's do these whilst we're here. Right. Oh, we've got some good stuff there. Is that both of those? They're ready for turning. Excellent. Okay. Nasdaq, good morning to you. Good evening for me. I hope you're doing well. Doing very well myself, thank you very much. We're just doing a little bit of questing here, just at the tail end, just so that we can finish off the Drustvar campaign. So we're doing this, and now what do we want? That sells for 35 gold, that sells for 20 gold. So I'm going to take that, although I'll probably scrap it or disenchant it anyway. And then give the mug to Master Ashton. Going for a mug. Hands you a mug. Let's have a look. Thank you. Path to Falconhurst. We'll do that. And then here he is. How's he looking? Hand potion to Master. Hello, Oreo. How are you? Oh, that was a breathing fire. Interesting.
I believe so. Thank you, Martin.
Okay, how are we doing? Listen to Master Ashton. You done that? Bit less half bloom next time. Did the trick. Well done to both of you. Okay. Till next time. So what's next on this quest line? Need to go deeper into the forest, which is clearly up to something. Travelled with Cleardon, Ashton and Webb deeper into the forest. Okay.
Master Ashton, will you see this to the end?
I will indeed.
I will indeed. Okay.
Fantastic. There seemed to be a great deal of activity at the ruins near the giant tree.
Activity at the ruins. Go deeper into the woods. Okay.
And we'll sneak through the witch's lines.
Sneak through the witch's lines. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't have any stealth, so I guess I'll just run through.
Who grants them power? I have heard his rage echoing in the darkness. Their master hates the Cultirans with every fibre of his being. Even the witches are mere pawns in his
Watch out for the brute behind you.
our realm, based on what
Oh, it's really me that should watch out for it.
I suspect this entity is connected to the Drust.
Not just any Drust. Their leader, I would wager. The being Aram Waycrest fought against in ages past.
Yeah, this is where I kind of ruin all the stealth and just end up fighting everything. I'm sure I did that the wrong way round. Or we could just run into the woods. Go a bit further in. We need to get to the end point anyway. We'll dot as we go. We'll wait for them to come up here. Alright, what have we got? Mongrel, Seer, and the Seer. Start with that. Oh, need to heal myself with pain suppression. There we go. Do one of those. One of those. And probably a quick shadow mend on myself. Then I got myself a little bit further in, so we need to head, I'm thinking up that direction somewhere. Deeper into the woods. There you are. You're all hiding down here. Go deeper into the woods, they say.
Well met.
Complete quest. Okay, stopping the Grand Right. Which way out? Accept that one. Free captive villagers.
Remain steadfast.
Okay, looks like we're going to probably not have time to do all of this as the quest has gone further and further, as they like to do, branch out. There's absolutely loads of quests here. So we've at least progressed a little bit further, which is good. But we've got a whole load of things to do here now and around this area. Okay, so that's going to be another time, I think. I think we're probably done for tonight. So I think what I'll do is I'll half back out of this into back to Borealis. But we've made some progress, which is good. Inspire, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Sadly, you've just caught me as I'm finishing up, but thank you ever so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. Using the thumbs up. Fantastic. Okay, so we're pretty much done on most things there. Calm Before, we still have to do that. Battle for Stormguard, we're not going to do that. So, I think that's all I wanted to achieve tonight. We've got our auctions back on. So I'm not going to be on Friday. So my next stream will be on Sunday. So I'll be a little while away. I'll try and post up my mailbox in the meantime, I think. Just so that you can see, rather than save it all up for Sunday. So we can see things going as we go. It depends on how much I'll be able to get on over the next few days, really. It's all dependent on that. Let's see if there's anyone on we can throw a host over to. Is anyone actually playing World of Warcraft? Not many actually, I see. So I might just leave it there. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's hung out in the stream tonight. Really appreciate it. So until next time, from me and Oreo. Orio's just saying goodbye now as well. Thank you all, and have a lovely rest of your evening. Lovely rest of your week, and I hope to see you again very soon. So, see you on Sunday. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Good night and farewell.